We always think a heart attack strikes like a lightning bolt, out of nowhere, with someone clutching their chest in sudden agony. But many people do not realize that the body actually drops subtle clues hours or even days before the crisis hits. Welcome. I am Mark Evans, and today we are looking at what happens the day before a heart attack and the warning signs you should never ignore. If you have been feeling unusually tired or noticing a strange heaviness that you keep brushing off as just getting older, you need to listen closely. About every 40 seconds, someone in the United States has a heart attack. This is how a heart attack actually starts, not with a dramatic collapse, but with quiet shifts inside your body that are easy to miss. The reason these signs are overlooked is more important than it seems, and watching until the end will help you understand everything. Right now, millions of folks are making a critical mistake by treating these subtle red flags as normal everyday fatigue, completely unaware of the hidden danger building up inside. The biggest mistake so many of us make, especially as we cross into our 50s and 60s, is assuming that a change in how we feel is just a normal part of getting older. We tell ourselves that our bodies are simply slowing down, or that a bad night of sleep is the reason we feel completely drained. Imagine waking up 24 hours before a major cardiac event. You might feel a strange, deep exhaustion that does not go away even after a hot cup of coffee. Your chest might feel a little tight, or maybe you notice a mild discomfort in your shoulder, your neck, or your jaw. But instead of pausing, what do most of us do? We brush it off. We take an antacid, thinking it is just a bit of indigestion from last night. Or we swallow some pain relievers and keep pushing through our daily chores. This is the hidden mistake that can turn a manageable situation into a life-threatening emergency. We have been conditioned to believe that if we are not experiencing severe, crushing pain, everything must be fine. But today, I will break it down simply and to the point, because understanding what is actually happening inside your blood vessels during those critical hours can save your life. When you ignore these quiet whispers from your body, you are accidentally letting a silent process reach its breaking point. For years, cholesterol and fatty deposits can slowly build up inside the walls of your arteries, forming what medical experts call plaque. This buildup narrows the pathways, making it harder and harder for nutrient-rich blood to reach your heart muscle. Many people do not realize that this narrowing can happen so gradually that you do not notice a thing during your normal routine. But the day before a heart attack, something critical changes. The blood flow becomes severely restricted, or a small piece of that plaque begins to crack open, causing a tiny blood clot to form. Your heart muscle starts starving for oxygen, sending out desperate distress signals that show up as unusual fatigue, a subtle shortness of breath, or strange pressure that comes and goes. When you treat these moments with standard home remedies or try to tough it out, you are wasting precious time. It is completely natural to feel frustrated if you have missed these signs in the past, or if you feel overwhelmed by all the conflicting health advice out there. Please know that this is not your fault. The warning signs can be incredibly deceptive because they often mimic everyday complaints like heartburn, a pulled muscle, or a mild flu. You might feel a sudden sweat break out while you are just sitting in your favorite chair, or you might feel lightheaded when walking to the mailbox. Because these feelings do not always scream emergency, it is easy to see why so many folks decide to just lie down and hope it passes by tomorrow morning. But continuing to push through or waiting to see if things improve can severely threaten your independent lifestyle, your ability to play with your grandkids, and your long-term comfort. The reason this happens is more important than it seems. Because your heart is a resilient muscle that tries its best to keep going, even when its fuel supply is critically low. But now, the main thing begins. We need to look closely at exactly what you should look for and how this restriction behaves inside your body during those final hours before an event. There is a specific physical culprit, a precise breakdown in how the heart communicates its distress that explains why these vague symptoms happen the way they do. Once you discover what this hidden mechanism is, you will never look at a sudden bout of indigestion or unexplained tiredness the same way again. Watch closely, because what we are about to uncover next will completely change how you protect your health and give you the exact clarity you need to stay safe. To understand why these warning signs happen, we have to look at the real physical culprit inside your chest. It is a condition known as atherosclerosis, which means the hardening and narrowing of your arteries. Imagine the blood vessels feeding your heart as clean, flexible pipes. Over decades, due to things like high blood pressure, elevated cholesterol, or smoking, the inner lining gets damaged. Your body tries to heal this by creating a waxy substance called plaque. This is very important to realize because as that plaque builds up, it restricts the space blood has to flow. The day before a heart attack, that waxy buildup becomes highly unstable. A tiny tear or crack can form on the surface. When this happens, your body treats it like a cut and rushes to form a blood clot to seal it. But inside a narrow artery, that clot can instantly block the remaining space, cutting off oxygen to your heart muscle. This sudden restriction is what triggers acute coronary syndrome, causing that wave of extreme fatigue, unusual sweating, and mild discomfort that comes and goes. Now that you know the true cause, let us talk about the practical. Step-by-step choices you can make starting today to protect yourself. The most crucial step is knowing how to respond if you or a loved one experiences these early warning signs. Many people make the mistake of waiting to see if they feel better, or they try to drive themselves to the hospital. If you feel an unusual pressure, tightness, or squeezing in the center of your chest, or if you experience unexplained pain in your arms, back, neck, jaw, or stomach, you must take immediate action. The absolute best step is to call 911 right away. Do not hesitate because you are worried about making a fuss. Emergency medical responders can begin life-saving treatment the moment they arrive, long before you even reach the hospital building. If you call for help, the emergency operator might instruct you to chew a standard adult aspirin, which can help slow down the clotting process and keep blood moving. Beyond emergencies, there are powerful daily adjustments you can make to stop plaque from becoming unstable. Start by working closely with your healthcare professional to monitor your vital numbers, specifically your blood pressure, your cholesterol levels, and your blood sugar. High blood pressure acts like a constant hammer pounding against your artery walls, making them more likely to crack, while high blood sugar damages the blood vessels over time. Managing these conditions through daily choices is easier than you think. Focus on incorporating more heart-healthy foods into your kitchen, such as fresh fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins, while cutting back on heavily processed foods loaded with sodium and unhealthy fats. Regular physical activity, even a gentle 30-minute walk around your neighborhood 5 days a week, strengthens your heart muscle, improves your circulation, and helps keep your blood vessels flexible and resilient. If you smoke or use tobacco, taking steps to quit is single-handedly one of the most powerful gifts you can give to your cardiovascular system. Quitting smoking drastically reduces your risk of a sudden blood clot and allows your arteries to begin healing almost immediately. Managing everyday stress through deep breathing exercises, spending time in nature, or enjoying a hobby with friends also plays a massive role in keeping your heart calm and steady. Implementing these small, realistic changes makes you realize how much power you truly have over your own longevity. I am so glad you stayed to learn this, because taking action today means you are actively rewriting your health story and protecting your independence for decades to come. But now the main thing begins, because there is an even deeper level of long-term freedom we need to discuss. Let us explore the ultimate insight for sustained wellness, showing you how to turn these daily actions into an effortless lifetime of vitality. When we think about long-term physical freedom, it is not just about avoiding a medical emergency. It is about reclaiming your peace of mind and living your life to the absolute fullest. True wellness comes from a place of awareness, not fear. The single strongest insight I can share with you today is that your body is incredibly resilient, and it is always working in your favor, trying to keep you safe and balanced. When you learn to listen to its quiet whispers, you are no longer at the mercy of sudden surprises. Instead, you are taking the driver's seat in your own health journey, ensuring that your future is filled with energy, strength, and independence. Imagine waking up every morning feeling confident, knowing that your heart is strong and your circulation is flowing beautifully, allowing you to take long walks, work in your garden, or travel to see the people you love without that nagging worry in the back of your mind. Achieving this sustained level of wellness does not require an overwhelming overhaul of your life overnight. It comes down to consistency in the small, gentle choices you make every single day. This is very important because long-term health is a journey, not a race. By choosing to stay active, nourishing your body with wholesome foods, and maintaining an open, honest partnership with your healthcare provider, you are building a protective shield around your cardiovascular system. Many people are making mistakes here by thinking they have to change everything all at once, which only leads to frustration and giving up. But when you focus on one positive habit at a time, like adding an extra serving of vegetables to your dinner, or taking a few deep breaths to manage stress, those small choices compound into massive benefits over time. You are giving your blood vessels the environment they need to stay clean, flexible, and strong. There is an incredible amount of hope and optimism waiting for you on this path. Modern health insights have shown us that it is never too late to support your heart. And your body can begin to repair and adapt the very moment you start giving it better care. You have the power to live a vibrant, active life well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. Let this knowledge bring you deep reassurance, because you are no longer in the dark about how your body communicates its needs. You now know exactly what to look for, what actions to take, and how to protect your longevity. Your golden years should be defined by vitality, joy, and a sense of absolute freedom, not by restriction or worry. By taking charge today, you are ensuring that you can be there for every milestone, every family gathering, and every beautiful morning that life has to offer. If you found this helpful and want to continue learning how to care for your health during this wonderful stage of life, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more senior health videos. We are building a wonderful community of folks who are dedicated to staying strong, informed, and independent, and I would love for you to be a part of it. Share your thoughts or your own health journey in the comments below, because your story might be the exact encouragement someone else needs to hear today. If you want to know what exactly you need to do to make your heart stronger after 50, click on the next video to watch. One short reminder before we end. This information is for educational purposes only and does not constitute medical advice. Thank you so much for watching, for investing in your well-being, and for trusting me to walk alongside you on this path to sustained wellness. Take deep care of yourself. Listen to your body, and look forward to a healthy, vibrant future ahead.